Hi guys, welcome back. Thanks again for tuning in. This is James from Bunketeer, and today we are back at Bishopbriggs Golf Range in the simulator, bringing another driver review to you. And today that driver we have is the Cobra Aerojet, which is the 2023 model. Now they've really focused on the aerodynamic shaping of this, which is going to cut through the air and be even quicker. So we're going to see if this is the fastest driver out in the market today. Okay, so firstly, you've got the new kind of colorway, which is you've got your blue, your white, your red, black as well, which I actually quite like. I think it's quite a nice color and very different compared to LTDX. It was orange and black, which was quite nice as well, but this is obviously a bit different. I like the look of it straight away, even on the sole, the coloring. You've got your blue weights, kind of got the white trim around the carbon sole, and you've got the kind of PWRSHELL face, and then the all new PWRbridge, which features in here too. And then you've got your hot face, which isn't milled like you will have seen in previous models. Now you've got the carbon crown on top as well, which is a gloss finish rather than the matte finish, which you would have seen in the LTDX as well. It looks great, it looks the part. When you sit this down, I just feel like I just want to step on one and absolutely give it a rip. I really like the way it sits. The shaping is in the name, it's Aerojet, it's aerodynamic. So this shape is just going to slice through the air, and you might even see increase in club head speed from that alone. You've got your carbon crown, your carbon sole, which is obviously, it's bigger. There's more carbon in there. And obviously when using carbon, you save weight, you can redistribute around the head and just optimize the overall performance of this club as well. Now you've got the two weights here, which sit for your CG, bringing it forward. So it's going to give you more ball speed as well. And then you've also got the brand new PWRbridge, which is the bar that sits behind the club face here, which just supports the face when flexing, giving you unbelievably good ball speeds as well. Now what you have also, the face, there's no CNC milling like you will have seen with previous models, and you've got the PWRSHELL hot face as well. Now what the PWRSHELL hot face does, you've got 15 different locations across the face, just giving you the optimal forgiveness on mishits, but then also off the center, it's incredibly hot. Okay, so we've hit the Cobra LTDX, we've hit the Aerojet. Now we're just going to look at the numbers and just see what they look like side by side. Now, one thing with the LTDX that I did notice was it's quite consistent. It's quite forgiving as well. The dispersion's very, very good. Obviously, ball speeds are great. 189, 187, 190, 189, and the distances are really, really good as well. Obviously you can see 350, 377. I've kept a couple of these in here just to show you just how good the dispersion is, which I know will kind of obviously play around with the average. However, I'll get to that in a second. Now, if we look into the Cobra Aerojet driver, what you'll see is the difference in ball speed is quite significant. And obviously with more ball speed comes obviously more spin as well. Now, occasionally, you will kind of square the face up and get these lower spinning ones off the lower spinning head. But obviously with more speed comes obviously more distance, and the margin for error becomes a lot less. So you'll start seeing if there's any spin on the longer ones, they'll start kind of drifting a little bit further offline, which you'll see obviously in the distances which were achieved. We got 394, 388, and we had a 400-yard bomb in there as well, which is wild. But the ball speeds are obviously incredibly impressive, averaging 196. I think we had one at 197.3 in there. Yeah, but yeah, just really, really impressive across the board. And then also let's see if I can get the club data. There we go. Also with the club head speeds as well, with the LTDX, 135 across the board, pushing to 137. Now, in the Aerojet, they've worked really, really hard on the aerodynamics of this club head. And it really does kind of shine through straight away. Kind of 139, 140s, 138, 137, 139, 139 average compared to 135. So I'm seeing 4 miles an hour increase in club head speed, which is wild because I don't necessarily need that. But it just obviously speaks volumes for what Cobra have done with this AEROJET driver. It's absolutely fantastic. The PWRbridge weighting, you can really feel a nice solid crunch off the middle of the face, and you just can hear it just go like fire, well, obviously into the screen, but you can just hear it fire off the club. A really pleasing sound. Obviously you've got the PWRSHELL insert and with the hot face design, which is that AI design. Super forgiving as well. But yeah, just really, really incredibly impressive with the aerodynamics that they put into this driver head. To give you an idea of obviously efficiency and strike location, I think this was the last one I hit, which was an absolute bomb. It was probably missing the fairy, let's be honest. However, I kept it in just because of the ball speed and the distance, spin, etc. Now, if we look at strike location, this is kind of where I was hitting it. So I'm not too far away from the middle, but I do try and hit it a little bit closer to the toe in this general direction, which I mean you can see pretty much thereabouts, as I find that gives me probably the lowest spin and fastest ball speed on the club face as well. Tends to be, if you do hit it anywhere in the club face, you're going to get the most out of kind of this kind of area there. So we weren't too far away, but we did end up hitting this. But like I said, ends up being quite a bit offline when you start getting more speed. Obviously more speed, more distance, margin for error is a lot less, but the ball speeds, club head speeds in this aerodynamic package are incredible. And I really do think if you're looking for something which is going to give you more club head speed, which will transfer into more ball speed, which will then transfer into more distance, if you're looking for a driver that's going to give you absolutely everything you can get in terms of speed, this is definitely up there contending with the best this year in 2023. Okay, so the big question, is this the fastest driver of 2023? Well, it's definitely a contender, that is for sure, and it is definitely Cobra's fastest driver to date. The aerodynamic package that they've done with the carbon sole, the carbon crown, the PWRbridge, PWRSHELL, the hot face, everything combined just makes this an absolutely fantastic driver. The club speed that you get without really putting too much extra effort into swinging it hard is just phenomenal. It's unheard of. Like a driver that can give you club head speed without really changing a thing just because of the aerodynamics is really, really impressive. And also the new PWRbridge weighting that sits behind the face with the PWRSHELL insert combined with the hot face AI design, it really is just a superb driver. What Cobra have done this year is created an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. So there we have it. Just a big thank you to Bishopbriggs Golf Range. Give us a like, give us a sub, and we'll see you next time.